All right, we are recording. Wanted to let you all know that. We will not be doing a t-shirt this year since we won't be doing opening number, but instead you will be getting the video. So hopefully you all got this calendar, but I'm going to go ahead and share it. Make sure you guys understand what's going to be going on. So tonight is our orientation, and next week we will be doing the Service and Talent Clinic. This link will work for all of the clinics. So you will just click on this link, and like I said, we'll re-record them as well. So 8 to 9 is our normal time. Now we're starting a little later than we normally do for the pageant, and we're going a little bit later, but you will be done by Saturday, June 6th, which is the day that we originally scheduled the pageant for. It just magically worked out that way. And the way we've done that is 2 ways. One is that we will have 2 activities some weeks. For instance, next week we'll have the clinic on Thursday, and then Saturday evening will be your headshots, okay? If you have a conflict with that, let me know. We will try to get everyone's portraits done that night. The next week, May 19th and 21st, we'll have 2 clinics. We'll have a hair and makeup clinic, and then instead of what we would normally do, our walking in heels clinic, which is our poise clinic, we're going to have one on video tips. So this will be done by our videographer and will help you know how to do your videos that you will submit to us, okay? The following week, we realized is going to be graduation for some of you. Some of you have family members graduating on the 26th. So we don't have any activities that week until the Thursday night, the public speaking clinic. And then that Saturday, all of your Google Forms will be due, and I will go over what that includes in a minute. Is anybody else having the problem of Zoom restarting? Just want to make sure I got a text. Wave if you're having. Like I said, we are recording now, luckily, so. Okay, all of your videos will be due the following Thursday. We're hoping that this gives you lots of time from now until then to get everything done. And Saturday, June 6th will be the virtual pageant day. Now, we're gonna need a little more time than we normally would to collect all of your scores and have a winner. We normally do that all in one day. But because we have to compile videos and get the videos to the judges, we will not have the winners back until Tuesday, June 16th. And we will give you more information on how that's going to be announced a little bit later. But the judging will be done that week after the pageant, and then we'll get the information back and announce the winners, okay? If you have any questions about any of that, please feel free to send me a little chat or raise your hand. Let's go through our judging breakdown this year. It is going to be a little different. First of all, I just need you to know, because of technology, you won't be docked or judged on any of the technical aspects other than getting things submitted in time. So I'll go into that a little bit more. We always have 100 points possible for every pageant. 5 points is always your paperwork, and those are 3 things this year. One is your community service project description. One is your personal information sheet. Those 2 things will be given to the judges. They will be reading about those, and so we want to make sure that the information that you put on there, you either make a copy of it in Word or you remember what you've put, because they may ask you questions, right? So you can do a draft ahead of time. You can resubmit it if there's a typo. If your paperwork is late, that's where we have a point deduction of 0.1. And this is just to help us get everything in on time, and also to help us make sure that when we end up with our royalty, that we have people who are committed to getting everything done and on time and being committed to showing up. So that's the second part, 5 points for commitments. That's attending all the Zoom clinics from here on out, starting next week. We understand You may have some family vacations or other things planned. It's a little different time this year than we've had before. So you get one free miss if you let Emily know. Emily's cell phone is on all the paperwork, and she's in our chat group as well. If you let her know ahead of time that you're going to miss, again, we're recording so you can watch and not miss any of the information. But we really want you to try to make it here to all the clinics, because we have a shorter time frame, but lots of good information that you will learn. After that first free miss, we do deduct, oh, the city is calling me. I'll call them back in a minute. We will deduct a 1/4 point, because commitment is just so important to us. You're not having to show up physically, but we do want to see your faces on all these clinics, because our royalty do have a lot of responsibilities during the year. On Saturday, June 6th, we want you to be ready and on time. Barring any technical difficulties, I will help you through those. But other than that, we always have that if you leave early, you'll get a point deduction. Please just plan to be here from the 8 to 9. If we go over that and you need to leave, you will not be docked for leaving on time. Does that make sense? Sometimes we hang out and chat, and you're welcome to do that, but you won't lose any points for leaving a little bit early. So this year, physical fitness is a little different. We don't have an opening number, but we do have a high fitness instructor on our committee. So she has choreographed an aerobics routine. I should have announced what our theme was. Megan chose our theme this year, and it is Live Your Story. So I love that. A lot of the gifts you get will be themed around that. And there's a song that she chose, and on your judging sheet it says a 1-minute aerobics routine. It's actually, the song is 3 minutes. You repeat it 3 times. It's the same, and then you repeat it. Does that make sense? So when you get it, you'll understand. But we will have you do the whole song, and you're not judged on your coordination or your dance abilities or anything like that. It's just whether you have taken the time to practice that, whether you're smiling and looking like you're enjoying yourself, you know, your enthusiasm, your attitude. And we put accuracy basically if you have practiced it and you feel like you know the moves. And like I said, they repeat 3 times, so not super hard. Now, community service is a huge part of our program. So I want to make sure you all understand that this community service project right here that is worth 20 points is something you will want to start thinking about right now. For juniors, those of you in the junior category, it needs to be 3 hours, and that includes all of your planning time. So it doesn't have to be 3 hours of service somewhere. It means you have planned and maybe made flyers or sent emails or messages or made phone calls, and then put in the service time to do that. And then 6 hours for our seniors. And this whole 20 points is all judged on the description that you submit on Google Forms. So it's very important that you don't just say, I took donations to the women's shelter, right? You want to make sure that you put on the sheet, was there benefit? This is how they judge. Was there benefit to West Point or its residents? Now, we don't have a women's shelter in West Point, but we do have one in Davis County that is available for all of us that live in West Point. So if you're doing something like that, or let's say you collect things from West Point and you know, give those to the women's shelter, that is still benefiting West Point. Does that make sense? I think one year we had a boy who went to Lakeside Elementary who was down at Primary Children's, and he was from West Point, and she went and delivered gifts and coloring books and things to him. That benefited one of our West Point residents. So you want to make sure that whatever you do is benefiting our city. And Megan's gonna have a lot of great ideas next week for you, because again, you might not be doing this in person, face-to-face, like we would before. You might not be doing a soccer clinic for, you know, 10 kids in your backyard, but maybe you're doing a video or something else to help kids at home or help parents who are homeschooling kids. There are so many different ideas for you to do. So next week, I hope that you will be able to be here to get some ideas for your community service project. That is 20 points or 20% of your score. Now, talent. I'm going to scroll through and make sure I don't have anybody waving at me yet. So far, so good. All right. I'm sorry I'm not breaking it up a little more with some of the other ladies, but we'll do some questions at the end. Now, talent we're really excited about. This year, you will be submitting a video for your talent, but it has to be a 2-minute recording. That means we don't want an edited video or a pieced together video. And I know some of you who may be athletes might have clips of yourself playing volleyball or wrestling or something else that you've done. But instead of just doing clips of small clips all pushed together, we'd like you to present your talent in a 2-minute video. That makes sense? So you would demonstrate something during that 2 minutes, kind of like you would on stage. You have a little more flexibility because you might be in a kitchen, right? You won't have 60 minutes to finish an entire recipe, but you might have finished a recipe and then show in 2 minutes how you did that. Okay, so that must be 2 minutes or less, and it must be recorded all at one time. So if it's pieced together at all, we won't accept it. So if you play the piano, it has to be done all at once, but you have as many takes as you want to get it perfect, right, before you submit it. We do want it all one piece, or you don't, basically it doesn't count for any of those 20 points. So we want to make sure that you know that it has to be one piece. Now, our public speaking is 20 points. You know, this is what we have for the breakdown, 20%. 10 points of that will be you presenting your service project. So besides submitting it online, we want you to get in front of a video and share in 90 seconds or less what you did and why you did it. And this is where we get to see your passion and excitement about what you did for your service. Okay, so you can have a visual aid if you like to show something. It's not required. If it's something small, the judges might not see it anyway. So it's just if you wanted to display, maybe if you made a quilt or something and you wanted to show a picture of it, you're welcome to. It has to be 90 seconds or less. And again, that's 10 points of the public speaking. I felt like our committee was really good about our next two. Josie, who's our judges coordinator, said the judges love getting to know you girls and chatting with you, and so we felt it was important for them to get a chance to see you, and also for you to get a chance to answer that impromptu question that sometimes you've seen on stage. That's always the part that made me the most nervous of any pageant. What are they going to ask me? We will be doing this on a Zoom with Megan, our current Miss West Point. So you will get on a Zoom chat with her. She will pick a random question for you, ask you, and you will answer it, and we will record it and submit that to the judges. Okay, so that's 10 points of your public speaking. And the last one is your interview. We did feel it was important that the judges get to talk to you. I say face-to-face, over the screen, obviously, but we will get you on with the 4 judges. They will each get to ask you one question, and you'll get to answer that and get to know them a little bit. And that will all be done on that June 6th in the time. We'll make sure you know ahead of time what approximate time frame you'll be so you can plan for that day. Okay. Now, we usually had another 20 points, which we've instead put into these other categories for your poise, and that was the evening gown competition, and we are not going to require that this year. Okay, so don't feel like you need to go out and buy a formal dress for anything unless it's something that you want to wear for your talent. Instead, the judges will be looking for your poise and how you carry yourself basically in your interviews and your videos that you submit. So that's something that we'll talk about probably in all of the clinics, but especially in the this public speaking and the video clinic, so that you can know how to hold yourself and present yourself on a video. So because it's a little different, and I just want to make sure everybody knows, I put a summary. So make sure that this is kind of your checklist of what you'll be submitting. 3 of them are Google Forms online. 1 of them is the royalty contract that we used to have you sign. Instead, you're going to do it electronically this year. Your 3 videos: physical fitness, your service project presentation, and your talent. Now we're asking that instead of using numbers this year, we're not going to give you each a number that you will wear, but we will assign you each a number, and you will always introduce yourself by your first name and your contestant number. So you might be Megan, senior contestant number 4. We'll assign that to you, and if you'll please introduce yourself on all of your videos, that won't count towards your time limit. Okay, so that way the judges will know who you are, and we'll know. We already know who you are, but we'll make sure that those are organized for them. And then the last 2 are those 2 live Zoom events that we'll do on June 6th. Okay, really quick on the wardrobe. We don't want you to have to spend a lot of money on wardrobe, because pretty much this is what the judges are going to see, right? In our Zoom videos or in your impromptu question with Megan. Where they will see more of you is probably in your fitness routine and talent outfit. Now let me go back a little bit on the fitness routine. Fitness, we just want you to wear fitness attire, something that's appropriate. Every year our fitness routine is judged by the committee, not the judges. So that's something that we just judge on, again, your attitude and willingness to participate in that. But the judges will be seeing your talent outfit. So that's something where you want to put a little more time into thinking about what will look good on video, depending on what you're doing. If you're playing a piano, you might want something with a flowy skirt. You might want to wear a dress versus pants. For the things where you'll be on screen, they're just going to see mostly from here up, or however far away you're holding the camera for your service project presentation. So normally for that, we would say a dress, a blouse, and a skirt. They probably won't see the skirt, so it could be slacks. Focus on what basically, you know, it's a good color on you and something that's not too distracting. And we're going to talk about these in each of the clinics. We just want to give you a heads up so you don't feel like you need to run out and buy a new dress or buy new heels. We don't even need heels this year. You guys should just like cheer. We'll get back to heels maybe next year. Okay, so if you have questions, again, at the bottom I have Emily's number and my number. Something that we're going to do a little different this year is we're going to, between the 3 or 4 committee members, mentor a couple of you. So we'll make sure that you know who you're assigned to. We'll contact you and say, hey, I'm your mentor this year, and if you have any questions, if you want to send a video and say, hey, how does this look? Then that would be who you would contact, and we can say, oh yeah, you know, your makeup looks a little washed out, or I would change this or do this, because you won't get the chance to do a dress rehearsal. And what we normally spend the time helping you girls, that's how we'll do that instead. And in addition, Megan and Ellie, who have gone through this and done this before, will be available to you, and they will contact you through our group chat using this Zoom link if they want to. You guys can get together on here. You can practice the physical fitness routine if you want together. You can say, hey, I need to practice some interview questions, and Megan will find our list of questions and pepper you with questions. If you want to do it as a group, you are welcome to. So we want to make sure that you still feel like you're getting all of that clinic time that you normally would. We don't have our dance choreography rehearsals this year, so that saves us some time. Let me see if there's anything else. Let's see. For your service project, please make sure that you follow our state and county health guidelines. We'll talk about that more next week, but as you're thinking about that, okay, we want to make sure that we are keeping everyone safe and healthy. Because of the video nature of the pageant this year, we will not have a spirit award. We usually award a Miss West Point spirit. And we're not going to do that this year just because we feel like we're not going to get to interact with you quite as much as we normally would. But we hope that you guys will feel comfortable messaging us, messaging each other, messaging Ellie and Megan, or anytime through the group chat or in these Zoom clinics, because we want you to feel comfortable with everything that we're throwing at you. If you're a senior, I will go ahead and text you these amounts as well, but I want to tell you the scholarship amounts, because this is something that is awesome. Even if you're in the Miss Junior West Point pageant now, you will get a Visa gift card plus all the gifts that everyone gets. But really, a lot of this is experience for you to be able to do the Miss West Point pageant and earn a scholarship. And our city has been really generous, because in addition to the scholarship that Weber State offers to our royalty, our city matches some of that amount. So our Miss West Point for 2020, whoever that is, will earn it's approximately $3,000, which is a 1-year in-state tuition to Weber State. It may be less than that if you have another scholarship, because some of that money is fees, I guess class fees, and so only one scholarship will cover the fees, if that makes sense. But it is a 1-year in-state tuition scholarship. The 2 attendants to Miss West Point receive $2,300, which is awesome. That's like a semester and a half, right? So you can use that however you want to at Weber State. If you do not go to Weber State, the city, oh, I'm sorry, I did say the wrong amount, so I'm going to go back. $2,300 from the city goes to Miss West Point. The attendants get $1,800 from the city and $1,800 from Weber State. So if you are first or second attendant to Miss West Point, you will receive $1,800 to Weber State. If you don't go to Weber State, you'll still receive $1,800 to a school of your choice. It has to be for tuition at any kind of educational program. If you go to Weber State, you receive both. Does that make sense? You get $1,800 and another $1,800 from the city, but you're not locked into just going to Weber State. So we're excited about that option that the city started for us last year or the year before. I'm trying to remember how long it's been. So that it's a little more flexible in case you don't go to Weber State, and if you do, you get double scholarship. Okay, I am going to open this up for questions. I see a couple of you. So the group chat is on Group Me. So I will make sure that I send you each a link. If you have any problems, please make sure that you text or call us. If you ever can't find one of our phone numbers, call the city. I keep saying my internet is unstable, so I'll say that again. If you're not sure who to contact, you can always call the city. They still have someone at the city building working the hours that are on I can't remember if it's 9 to 5 or 8 to 5, Monday through Thursday. And then Fridays are open, I think 7 to 11. So you can always call the city and they'll give you my number, say, I need to contact pageant people, and they will pass that along. Okay, so good. Some of you have texted some questions. Committee members, is there anything that you would like to add to what I said? Wave if there's something that I missed or something you want to add. We are so excited. I know this is going to be a little different. I wish we could just see you all in person, but I am so excited seeing all of your faces. A couple of questions that have come up. When will the Google Forms be available to fill out? Next week, after the clinic, when we see everybody who shows up and make sure we've got everyone paid, that make sure you pay your $30 fee by next Thursday, we will assign you your number, your contestant number, because you will need that when you fill out your form. You'll need to put just your first name and then junior contestant number 4 or senior contestant. So we need to have those, and then I will have those available so you can start working on those questions, okay, to fill out. So far, I think we've got registered. I have 6 senior and 5 juniors, but there's a few on here that I have not gotten your registration yet, and that's okay. You can register by next Thursday. If you want to stick around, and I will read off everyone who I have registered. Just to clarify, my video, the talent is 2 minutes. The service project presentation is 90 seconds. I may have said that wrong earlier. So it's the judging breakdown sheet that you have. And make sure, if I haven't emailed those to you, you send me a text or a message here or an email. My email is my name, ashleyblake74@gmail. Feel free to email me anytime. If you have already registered and paid and you didn't get an email, please let me know, because I know I emailed everyone who had registered. So if it didn't, I know Ireland's didn't go through the first time, I had to send it twice, so we want to make sure. Another question, do scholarships cover books and fees or just tuition? I will have to double check. Megan, do you know? Let me unmute you. Okay, oh, I unmuted you, muted. Okay, go ahead.
So it just covered my tuition. I still had to pay for my own books and fees.
Okay, any other questions about scholarship or about our, I don't want to call it a new program because it's just sort of revised this year. It's the same, very close to judging breakdown. Really the only thing we've taken out is that evening gown competition. It just seemed a little silly to make you walk around in an evening gown in your living room. It could be fun, I don't know, but it's just not necessary, I think, for what we're doing this year. So we want you to really have time to focus on your service project, your talent, and then practicing answering questions for your interview. And then we have our little physical fitness too, which I think will be a lot of fun. All right, everyone froze for just a minute. So any other questions? Want me just to unmute you all so you can all wave at each other? I am really excited. Feel free if you need to go to take off, but I know, let me tell you whose registrations I have if you're interested in that. For Miss West Point, I have Julianne, Aaron Dawson, Mia Stander. I don't see Mia here tonight, but she has registered. Ireland, Rebecca, and Mike. Okay, I'm gonna have to, Michael or Michael. Michael, I think is what you said. I think she left, but oh no, there she is. Tell me one more time. Well, let me unmute her. Go ahead. What is it?
Michael, you got it right the first time.
Okay.
Megan, stop laughing.
She knows. There's something I like, because her sister is Mikkel, and I just saw her running out there. Okay, I know we've got Olivia here, who hopefully is registering soon. I don't know who else is a senior contestant, but that would make so. Oh, and Rebecca Wolford. Okay, that makes 7. For juniors, I have Aislinn, Ashlyn, Gabby, Lola, and Zandrina that I have received. And Hannah is here. I'm sorry, Hope. I had it written down, but I know you're Hope. Hopefully, and I see Kira that's here and Sarah. So we would love to have you register and take advantage of all of this fun. Any other questions? We did this in only 36 minutes. I did have a little bit of caffeine earlier. Maybe I talked really fast. Anybody else have any other questions? Feel free to log off if you're just done listening to me. Please reach out to us if you have any questions. May 14th, next Thursday, you can also withdraw and receive a full refund if for some reason I've totally scared you to death. But this is actually a great year to take advantage of this, because you're still getting the clinics and a lot of the fun part. And if you're an introvert, you don't have to get up on stage. So that might be a little bit of a pro for some of you, right? Any other questions? I'm going to unmute committee members. Anything you want to add? We will hopefully see all of you and a few more next Thursday at 8 o'clock for our Service and Talent Clinic. And by then, we hopefully will have our list of all the participants. We'll be able to assign you numbers, and we will send you the information for your Google Forms and the physical fitness routine so you can start practicing that. it's something I can do. So if I can do it, I know that you guys can do it. It's an aerobics routine. It's lots of fun. And it's to the song Megan picked out, so that's really fun too. All right, ladies, thank you so much for listening to me all night. We're excited. Have a great evening, and we'll see you next Thursday. Feel free to contact any of us. All righty. Bye-bye.